What's going on, guys? Dustin here with another NASCAR Diecast review, and we are taking a look at another Team Caliber diecast car. Yes, indeed, this is another Team Caliber diecast car, and this is Jeff Green's number 43 Wheaties / Cheerios car. Yes, it was the car that got away from Teresa Earnhardt because she thought she owned the named Wheaties, and for Richard Petty Motorsports they tried to make this scheme completely unrecognizable to Teresa Earnhardt. You may remember, I believe it was 1996 that Dale Earnhardt Sr. raced the... No, it was 1997, I'm sorry. It was 1997 that Dale Earnhardt Sr. raced the orange Wheaties car. It was just plain orange, with Wheaties, GM, Goodwrench, basically his major sponsors. This car is, I'm going to say it's unique. 1/24 scale. It's actually a pit stop series, which is actually pretty cool. I didn't even notice. I never noticed what the pit stop series exactly is, so in my eyes, a car is a car. And this is also our first ever Dodge car, which is actually a Charger, which I'm cool with. Many of you know that I actually drive a Dodge now these days. Actually, my first Dodge was actually that Ram 1500 that you may have possibly saw a video review of. I guess it's now starting to become nearly a year now since I actually got that truck. And funny fact is, I didn't start driving until didn't start driving it itself. Because I was normally, constricted to learn how to drive stick shift in this neighborhood before I advanced off, to the busy streets. And I learned so much of it. There was no one home one day. I was like, I am going to be late for work. There's going to be no way for me to get on my bike and get there in about 30 minutes. So I took the truck and headed there. Alright. This car is based off of the 2005 Dodge Charger. You can tell the front end design. We're going to take a look at the small sponsors, and coincidence, there is nothing on the front fender. So we're going to take a look at it. So I like the fact they actually use the blue and the yellow fins to actually try and make this car completely unrecognizable to Teresa Earnhardt. And it was still NASCAR Nextel Cup Series back in the day. You also have other smaller sponsors like Ray Beats, EA Sports, Autometer, Gillette. And what's actually very weird about this is that there's no Bud Pol Award on it, and there's going to be actually a story why. The reason why there's no Bud Pol Award on here is because Richard Petty promised his late mother that he will not accept any alcohol-related sponsors to his car, which is actually a 43 that he actually still owns to this very day. He will not collect He will not collect basically earnings, like if he ever place in the Bud Pol Award. And even after his mother's death, he still does it to this very day. The only one exception is, today, Brian Scott, Twisted Tea Lemonade. Anyway, enough on that. nothing on the B panel. We also have Wheaties, and basically Cheerios is primary sponsor, but Wheaties is actually the primary sponsor for this. And I don't know when this car was raced. If anybody knows when, just let me know down in the comments. Back. It's weird they actually did not add in the taillights decals for this, and also here's actually the trunk. It's quite weird to see golf on a NASCAR stock car. And take a look at the other side. Basically the other side is still the same, but I just like to show you guys what it looks like on all angles. If I actually do get Dale Earnhardt's Wheaties car, I'll actually do a side-by-side comparison of this car to Dale Earnhardt's car. It's the chassis. Has 4 screws that actually pin the chassis and the internal structure of the car to the body. And you can actually remove these if you ever want to do a custom. And the way that I have now with my cars is I actually have one of everything. One car I possibly won't make a custom in the future, but if I do, I'm actually going to make a tutorial how to do it and probably do a video review of it, which probably ain't going to happen. But I know I said this, if I ever get another Kevin Harvick truck, like his Looney Tunes truck, for example, like let's say if I got another Looney Tunes truck, I'll make a custom out of it. Also got the gold exhaust, the transmission, the rear differential. All this back here is just molded plastic. The wheels do spin. Front tires do turn, but it's very limited. And also the hood pops open. You actually have the engine inside. Orange hood, like it's just like plain orange. This is actually probably the same color that Dale Earnhardt's senior race. Just the orange, it's by itself, possibly the same color. I'm not sure if it was intentional to copy off his paint scheme, but it actually looks pretty nice. I mean, even though that this is actually not Dale Senior's paint scheme, this is actually trying to sneak this from Teresa Earnhardt's eyes. I'll tell you one thing, Teresa Earnhardt is not one of my favorite people. You never liked her? Be my guess. The inside, you got the driver's seat, the steering wheel, the onboard fire extinguisher. The window net is actually just plastic, you know, kind of like every other Team Caliber car has, like my Carl Edwards one, for example. Anyway, this car is actually very awesome. It's my first Dodge, which is pretty cool. It's also another one of our first ever cereal cars. Yum. And I'm not a fan of Wheaties, I'll tell you that, but I don't mind Cheerios. So yeah. So anyway, if you actually like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel for more NASCAR Diecast reviews. I will try to do more of these more often, even my Star Trek ones as well. I'm a little behind right now, and they actually skipped an issue, but I'm going to let them know. So anyway, my name's Dustin, and I will see you later.